Yede agode mu nsam yede ba na agode mu nsam yede ba de akwan bia so no I will see it mirror mu na afi yedi aye football ho nkomo yes football ho nkomo na ye ba bedi na bibia so atumi akoye hye no so se na ye tena si from now till aye 2:30 na ye be sorry so na obehye no so se ye be remo transfers no squad building no at the sign ade be reward clubs in how teams are building their squads and in Man City come akwa say obia nche na nti omo asem de na ekoso Man City ye be bo remu ho no ye say ma Pep Guardiola na you sha you know expectation it is saying or they in a bad form now or the free league ni be remu or club world cup no one or the bad league ni more or side best start a new league best start on the 15th of August na ye be share na ye rerem na fe de obia Man United still ntia ne chese omu hia striker ben na Man United be sign no Liverpool it appears Abrantia friend no Brahim Diaz and I say yes Luis Diaz Abrantia no be there obeko oye den ya obeko Arsenal coach akokasa o se Chelsea for no e wo quality team no say woman quality pop no mo sa so doson nti na Pejeska na wa ballroom ho no na wakofa player e de naba na wa be join any team nti amanfo enjoy dede no na enko foku ono se ohwe Chelsea team na se player bi wo mu na se na ne gi ho a obe sign no dede na Arsenal fans bi ye no omon koma no ntum esan se enya de ombetumi ada akofoko entumi nye foko e wo honom nti we ni nsema no so ekoso hye no se Champions League utumi se second round no ekoso enya sam keto akura team akese na bia bo awram ho nti be rewram ni abobobbo so a honom na be peska me se me de 5 bia to honom a sika me de guso no se bo a won medical to cancer na season na start I'm telling you fresh cap and you so be join na afi bibia so atumi aden atumi akoye honom ene yes yeguso a ye be wuramu e Italian Serie A ho akoye do wo hwe eye Italian and Spanish La Liga na so amuso aye do pa nyasem keto akra honom tie be hwehwe ho a ne edidi hu koma se ne ekọ ne de eba ndra idi nkomo bi fa ye Real Madrid ho se ne media na misusu se Alonso ono na ye first coach ai be pam no ye top teams no ye di nchirimu be sa ba ne ye be bo Real a homa ne so Real Madrid supporter kese pa ye ne be di nkomo wo sansensem we hu se na ye kan se anase me anga me kan se Alonso ye coach a we top teams na obi o be pam ni coach first na ye Real Madrid ye ono no be pam no ye betumi di hu sa nkomo na fe bibia so atumi akoye na Black Queens eja kono against Morocco enye izo emu be dem papa se Black Queens sha okọ final Black Queens sha okọ final yes okọ final Black Queens sha okọ final nti che no so sa efama ye ti ye bedi hu komode na aye kem last de na so ye maba wa no so de na so mo ye sports ministry ene chese mabamu penny for de na mo ye se na be ya motivation ne be ko high ene 7 p.m. and as I give you because of Rabat and yasem keto akra nti ye bebo rem na afi ya share na afi ye di ehun komo na bibia so no atumi akoye honom show no ye live call my bet no what intemu my bet no what intemu na the Africa na dey asoso na ye se wo so wa dey wetumi anya show ni bi ahwe anase street is watching wo Facebook street is watching wo Facebook saso na ABN Radio 1 and my bet online radio say me no ka say o ma twatum e wo my bet shops ni nyina TV na ye bobo no oh I'm telling you sir stimulation games no mayi e no mo de atoso bare nya asem keto akra so bi anhwe say ye de analysis ne ye den e ba na afi bibia so na de atumi akoye wa na bibia so no atumi aye den akoye hye say my bet de omo na chese utwa ubedi ha maka cho se nkrofo no muni office wo Ghana o indi se boyiro a I'm telling you say waso be she brutal enti twa wo my bet chow my bet it's as my bet buy na chapa yente my bet ho asem boni bia yente my bet ho asem boni bia nti company a good will say and also no hwibom na no pade ni di 3 billion o ya na obeji ska no akwa ne sesa ne sim card anya asem keto sika me ne ka so ma me na akwa na fa ma me say dan bia wagukuru asi wo eyesa pema no anya asem keto to say o twini spelele 3 billion eno di wo ha say my bet for tua no ya tua na ewia kete my bet for enya de omusu hu esan sika ne tawo pichu my bet omu sika brutal eti yes u depend on message no message aka say oh Mr. Kwame you've chopped us so go to the portal and withdraw your money companies ahodo na aka no udi ana omo person omo delete account no o log in na omo say username or password wrong who say username na wrong say password na wrong sa akobi ba ye NG honum baby say o say we debit say 1.2 billion na obi na account na MBA ntino memfa no kotra radio so na menye dede mfama no na me say bo na radio no ye dede no na be den me ka kire o tumufo say mo ntwa aye my bet na mo say oho na okutwa o ba bi na na akọweni my friend ko baby abekwa ko hwe o mo na afi wakọji osika twa next time no twa my bet na bibia so enkoye okọ YouTube so a MYBET.AFRICA TV to share screen so abe hu say da so MYBET.AFRICA TV YouTube na afi okọ TikTok sports.arena.news ehho na ye videos ahodo no nyina ekokogo tudu a no abomode no like no share na afi bibia so ayde atumi akoye ehho no na okọ bia ye os no ye de os no tutumu a ehho no eno de ho na black market ne koso eno Telegram account sports arena yes inti bomode na join na bia entumi enkoye yen come and bet education no sima na fe bibia enso entumi koye mani ma wakwa ba
yeah listo amejo
ya bia e kama de
bibia e kama
ya yen hwe man bet education no ene obi wo ho no mo pese o register obi wo ho no ma registration no believe so ena kona kofa wo voters ID card bra kona kofa wo tese passport bra tese before obe register wie no now all the your website nyina ahyemansa na what me register my bet dey na etisan ena dey na my bet e wo edemayen.
Okay, since I know BTN, my bet registration they're very very simple. Time be bet na ha ye kan. Upe baby a register ubetimi diska kese a usika na sembia mba ho a MYBET.AFRICA. Nti the registration steps no very simple. 3 steps e won hia ne nyama bebre nya afi na enye car na ba beto na enye dine na ba beto afi na kofa wibra there bi. O kwa enjoy entertainment papa. And now it's papa MYBET.AFRICA. And until registration process near very simple. 3 steps. The first one your mobile money number. Uko www.mybet.africa. Top right corner be icon be a circle ni green. Umi aswa be login ni register. Uni account am ya register ne so. First na your phone number. The audio mobile money transactions na boy no ashim. Na afidie wako next one. Username ni dey simple. Ufie edin bia pese o use nickname edin bia obetimi dey ahye bia o use Kwame Kweku bia na obi o platform this we use it da nti ya now the number ba ku menu account upa o phone number last 2 numbers no betimi dey account when dey kwan bia so be kai na o de kan ho a won so wako next stage no eno ye password eno dey wa woni made abebo ahye o password a o kai a obetimi dey real platform we are me register ne so e ho mbe send verification code now dey verify our account to verify account ni we are waba be kama bet ebusuano time bia me ka cho se bibia betwa bet ho beto unya asemom u discount so scan samba beto we o portal no mo etimi yi mu e depan MYBET.AFRICA nti na me ma 3 options ubetimi dey discount MYBET. The first one bet fit yenim say ene pre-season games course games ni doso ene me bia me check 134 games in kwan go nti bi wa untimi nya selections no nti uko lower bar abehu baby atro bet fit umia so a omo my bet akofa expert for pom nim bet ti bet ase ahihye bet guo nti ejuma a obeya ne say offer option na ope ot na ope ni say 2 ot na ope 10 ot na ope 20 ot na ope 30 ot na ope offer ya na afide wunsu wetwa enyo anyo say obi offer ya na akwa obetimi a edit say win a betimi win or draw say be a win or draw na hwa a we win betimi win na wakoye na we win betimi asemu to wow preference na afi de all the kakra to each afiska bet fit enu na my bet dey boy uwi a aka bonus so selection is na wenya no oma sand the bonus atan taichi ene omo ma 1500%. Ghana heni na company one ma kese 1000 my bet the 500 account say na bonus mu be yedu na unsu udi a wodi ni mu kese mu nti ene omo de aka bonus 1500% so aka ho a eno nso bebo games ne cost no cash out option wo omo partial cash out enu say bia mama cash out 500 a otimi mu 300 to ho oja 200 wo ti match ne kopim na wie na enu nso di a nko a bet ba ko bedi ni mienu enu na my bet dey ma upe full cash out na otimi ji usike na the senior games ne be ko no wojai amana kosa nti ene upe platform a be diska afiske mu edu I enjoy betting na MYBET.AFRICA
MYBET.AFRICA MYBET.AFRICA hey you person who discard ya MYBET ebusia kuo no na wose wo ye de wo join I'm telling you MYBET who run shops one man me say there is a reason why any bet ewo amanfo bebre na etwa bet online yet MYBET or shops there be abe connect why man from day one MYBET customer service me who be da whoever was appointed as MYBET brands and marketing manager nipa kono omo na say mo awards me na me catch ro me say that time na 2010 World Cup na ye nante na betting company bi wo we Zongo Junction Peter Pan hono
yes
ni ye me nante fi number 1 be a Roman asore no wono me nante be fa number 3 wa ba be Roman station no ma ye foforo no e be twa kwan anim ekọ e be twa bet ni ye de what's had aba back
time abedu fie kra na asai
me say na dey bi de me re hwe obi a me mawie ayi school foforo eja bet ni yedi yin kakra nti obi ye boys ni ye dose nti obi obi dia na ase wa ma olahye
kakra
na oso de nenam ho ena de ni de me nya botre eyi yi top teams na sa de na up to now come ho se me nyi top teams middle way teams me mpa o mofa top teams na me yi ni kakra me ko China na makofa best team na makofa best team makofa best team ena me nanti ya no pa no me sorry sha me twimi sekra na me ye ade ho no be ko no na eho because Madina na eho ena eho bomma be before ladies na ebe je code atwa ma no enye easy ti wo so contem ko ye me ye bibia me de ade no mo nti wo mo no wo de wachocho teams no ti obo teams ni dia na wa click so obo anu wa click so obo it sometimes we be mo tumi ye mistake wa ko say home win odo na wa ko na we win odo na sai ti o so ji mo woni da
obo na wo hwe
na me ye bibia na ja o mo twe ahoma o mo twe paper ne tententen wo boy na me de shem motom me na ma me ba me do number 3 no so ye half of the journey and I be BM so Guangzhou Evergrande China omo born in time
10:30
ti that time crowd omo ni 8:30 me ko hwa ya bo Guangzhou Evergrande within 10 minutes ya born a 3 hey top team no ya born a 3 hey me ana ade no so ska ni me ho ti me kofie abesen akotwa so anase me nko ayi pa obi ti so ho ma me tusi na me vent ana me dey ho besen ko because se me ko akopa obi ti na me nya de e wo se wo de me nya de na me di me ba me se me ra ho me ho can you imagine there ebo anyumre be 8 me check na bet di nyina bo Guangzhou Evergrande pe na se bet enti anche ana MYBET be share ye nchen wa ewo ye wo ko rolling circle mama ji bi o mo che no na yoti ni e fro greenhouse ani ye bo ho no ma Sundays o ma be che yogurt aman omo de this way eba omo de like in so si wo say my bet more de brutal it is a who say shops no still now a boss wa my bet 50 that time almost 15 years as I'm American no because imagine that time now bet 2 cedi try bet 2 cedi and then easy most 15 years as I'm American no it is honor na ye nipa bi deal 500 and something billion no more than call fire for fire that time fire for fire channel now so chum say chum the police ni say chum your police ni di 500 million pa the biggest way wo my bet tua ni nyina omo wie kra no mo sa sponsor and a trip to places inti guy no di 3 billion no mo de no buy no anya first time my bet ye no omo de ne call songo chumko songo ho anya easy inti chairman my bet there ye 240 ukotwa wo ba bi na wo dikese no mo ntua ma wa member me disturb ni pa momi enra nsem ni mu yes and transfers and still now transfers and still now nti
the enra transfer num kakra na afi de yen sha asem free we your friend no player friend no Ricardo Rios ye nenim so ginemu ma Palmeiras ball ye wo FIFA Club World Cup na no eden omo ano mo follow ni ball from Colombia ne de na omo nim say tournament we any tournament or the be explore ne ho amen a bigger club betimi ewe ma ba be fa no nti ene Benfica for enom ni di nkomo ne Palmeiras di nkomo abibia etimi akoye nti ene 30 million ena Benfica for eswa e di ama Palmeiras a ene obekwa akosi akan nti mini udi nkomo yi or ne jet to or nenam Portugal and no kwakwa any medical say Benfica in Benfica for no mujuma ye deda ene player we am 30 million in next season next 2 seasons ojine Champions League no e boss any obona ye be hu say bigger club be we makwa akofa na ano be den ye pa I think he or a quality player o hwe ni player traits a obi a o ma obi bia wo hia e we ne center mid mu o hwe ni traits kakra minim say virus the better so amamia Utimibo DM role no Utimibo center mid Utimibo as an attacking midfielder san ho nti ene yo a player bia o ma obi bia box to box ana upe ewo udie mu o center mid mu ana attack in the short attempt ni goal contribution ni defensive action ni aerial duels won ni touches and also chances creation into one of the most complete midfielders America say Benfica enya no menya at the papa especially enim say the likes of Enzo Fernandez mo Joao Neves mo nti Benfica a team bia omutimi identify quality midfielders within a season or two omunsu timi ja ne kwan no metimi enye sika kakra to mboto nti enye moa say in the next 2 seasons there will be bigger clubs fighting for this player and the bibia betimi akoyi yenhwe we Estepina da na Vincent kwa di nkomo so onya ya nka Chelsea nkofa no ene AC Milan abuewem ama AC Milan na kodi nkomo se ombetimi afa na mana bebo amo ene AC Milan ma good business omuton Tio Hernandez ema Ailad ekofa we Estepina 17.2 million na add-ons 17 million na 2 million add-ons ene ometimi an to hwa business wise omenya experience left back obetimi aba beboa we center backs na kan any quality we quality with Estepina any Tio Hernandez omo the same qualities eba na attacking eba ni defensive action Colombia ni abrantie Ecuador ni abrantie obon ho modern ye pa ewechi I think the talent Syria be ade ba ko ebeboa no na ohwe performance wise in the Premier League obon ho modern ma Brighton enim ade ba ko ha na adwen in last season ewo na injuries any AC Milan fans ni AC Milan for na so betimi abon ho modern na sa injuries of fame in the past seasons no obetimi recover ye send obetimi ejine mabo abon ho modern na this season that Champions League sport on person mutimi nya and any other trophies are AC Milan person mu win this season no betimi ewem etimi akwa akonya na transfer bi akoso na transfer na ne asesem kakra ne nam na enei Saul ye ne nim so obebo Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel Atletico player Branty omuyi no obebo ma Chelsea na enei na rumors say koso so person terminating the contract with Atletico so you betimi move to a new club into Atletico for any komo ni ko AC so year na otimi terminating the contract na Trabzonspor team bia no made nechi ye nti wo hwe omo fans ni omo handles and omo type post say kwan bia so no betimi ato no ene wetimi a negotiate and on Flamingo and wetimi move to the Brazilian League and the person okobo ne game ho na after Fabrizio post here ne transfer say bibia ko true no e no no ade call no ani social media handle say oda Trouser Sport for ase na kwan bia so mbehia because ohwe support any nyama fans ne dey tiny transfer ne chise team ne ntono no na no ede ma no nti ene odo mu na say personal issues bi na me no so ma wentimi move to obo no dey nko nya ya nko beba ho be ne wetimi bu nikete mu okọ Brazil okọ akọbọ ni ball nti ne Flamingo enim say omo ba the FIFA Club World Cup on be ball mo dey.
But this player, what really went wrong? What really went wrong? Because he was so good.
Yes,
so good in the left. So good.
I think the problem is the loan move to Chelsea.
But something triggered a loan move.
Yes, I
think he had an issue with
Simeone. Issue. And they do be not Simeone. Ni players are no one. I think we be surplus to requirements. Kakaman into an agency and do loan to Chelsea. No, I can't build or the agreement that the idea was saying ko no it make born home or the not Chelsea for aton. You nim say about Chelsea when you enough playing time. But there were some few games or boy ma Chelsea or born home. I think I share just a go. Emma Chelsea in that loan spell. No be him say Chelsea beton. But after that period, no, and now Chelsea so no more players be almost so loan move. That is Gallagher mom beba back in Tina. Quite be soon. There was 40 million option for Chelsea to buy or Mutimi Jemo. Amen. They are returning back to Atletico. Few okono. Wako loans. Was Spain League no ma Getafe wakwa na more. But in your man find you. And I been saying you're terminating the contract no. No to me move it to baby and home beton and they with me a movie to the Brazilian team a friend Flamingo. And no say this Brazilian clubs no are making good business. Omba FIFA Club World Cup. Skaka kro mo so benya no. Omu invest wo mu team no man. Jorginho ho wakwa kan Jorginho hu nim say Danilo and no fi Juventus so e wo Flamingo nti ene omu timi build a good team. They are looking at say the next FIFA Club World Cup. Ombetimi asamba benyeska ho. Ma yenko Arsenal ene Victor Gyökeres in sem so ene in common say ne keka akọ no as Arsenal for are more relaxed on the transfer adenti ne say omunim say Victor Gyökeres kwan bia so no wa mo bia ti ase say Arsenal team ni no nyo obebo nti ene say team ni na nyo obebo na there are no people coming in ene o more relaxed ene Arsenal na nke so omutimi wie sa transfer no ansa no mebu o market team so omo ko omo US store no but omu ja transfer ni ho ko ne o metimi akom US store bibia ekoyi emom but Man United still ewo arehemu say o metimi use middlemen etimi convince Victor Gyökeres o betimi aba say na kan Man United here striker o metimi enyom 2 number 10 so o betimi aboom any goals and omu hi obi onu so begina anim a o di goals be ka ho enye goals per but the contribution up front ni ade ba ko ebe we ba Gyökeres still o man na clear to team bi as Arsenal project no present man ni nije ho e ho no person okobobo ba kwan bi so sporting for so buefu no based on sa we information or the babon team because yes na omuntimi nya bidding war I be mo sika sem na country because any say more open say oh Arsenal de ne bid aba Man U de ne de eba Saudi for ne de omo de eba teams aka de omo de eba and they ombetimi push ya na 70 million na no mo hwe so ombetimi nya no ombetimi nya more because club you obeka say okay so Arsenal the 70 aba dia ma me nso mintum nko 8 na mitimi nya player be nei Man United still omo ogidie so ombetimi a convince Victor Gyökeres from last week omo your margin so omo ne entourage be di nkomo on say Arsenal we ni nko ya ready betimi ni sport ni di nkomo Man United nso ne sporting the omo that great relationship from Bruno Fernandes we no ebe payment nti ene omo hwe say nkom betimi a convince by Gyökeres amobiati as Arsenal na no nyobebo in their recent meetings no.
So what should Arsenal do to wrap up this whole transfer? I think now that team are pressure one is with Arsenal. I was say what is happening at Man City. I was say by now Arsenal and Kasadi ain't happening. Yes. We shouldn't be seeing a lot of yes them being in the market. Now they should be rehearsing, working on because with the players or almost it is possible that he might change the way they play.
Yes,
it is likely because even if you check Noni Madueke in common holding now, here the amount of money
they spend.
Almost spending on a possible so we be using on the left side.
Yeah.
Looking at Martinelli, Trossard, what they've done at that side, it is clear. And if you are going to play a right footer or a left footer player at the left side, that means you are going to twist a lot of things. And by now, no, also striker near there, available because team no, even if Senka the last season the end and nearby, Nanka won't hear no name Madueke. What I say, the most important player who here the striker. So why are they not wrapping up the whole thing? Give a Sporting what they want and take the player. So the player start because the player is going through a lot of emotional thing. Team no ni from then what can say more. So for him to get the hairs near the idea get ready for a year the season, you know. I was Arsenal delay.
Yes, I think so. Arsenal is our main priority transfer for this window air striker. I don't think say
you signed them.
Yes, coming in good, but you say Arsenal team without Noni Madueke, they will still play similar to what they played last season. But Nipa no beshe go. Last season, no sure most strikers. I can't have man 9 goals. Arsenal striker be anyone more than 10 goals. In TNA, it has become a big problem. Arsenal fans need a team ni because someone is here. I dear way near the back in team ni every team need team akoso. We can go boot to boot with the likes of Liverpool, Man City, Musienya strike or mine 20-30 goals a season. And so me who say Arsenal for episode take advantage of the situation. But sending a nyama koni, it affects the player. Yeah. It affects you too.
One kasa preparation. And you see, say boy and you say ebia or man a word to Arsenal. Man United would have signed him.
Yes.
And I think Man United, so no, I don't know, say they were not too sure what they wanted to do in the market because Man United, look at the relationship between the coach and the player. He should have been the first player to wrap up after Cunha deal, no? First player to wrap up.
Yeah. But
yet
player name Mamuti say he wants to play Champions League football. Any other Man United miss out. Until Man United they were ready and yes sir. Or didn't wear that mask now. See, as a player, and so they wear that mask now.
Yes.
And yes, Man United, their team, in their transfers, who stadium transfers, but they are willing to pay more. So, more enough payment windows are. You who say Cunha, Omuko in with 60, even in Brian Mbeumo, Omako in for 75. A longer payment plan, mom. Than break it down, they are paying 60 million per transfer window. In Tenenka, they will go in for Sporting, Sporting pay 80 million. And the other man 4 or 5 windows on Betuya. Bene Arsenal who said the situation about Bidio Munsim. Now they need to decide. Ye pay better Sporting for Aquacopim the last day. Send your big give up ne etimiato and player. But I think in the last meeting still there wasn't any agreement between Arsenal, Sporting and Victor Gyökeres agent. Tama edu baby imponu rumors are na ekwa abontin say eka kete nka ne papa mpo Yesu e wo meeting ase. And I think one thing I say Arsenal for who ni say the way a transfer and ebeche no ebetimi affect player ni dimi na ni bibia coming into next season because one or buy into a different league and Portuguese league na no one and so timini ni team timini ni players ni training and then the 22nd ye di ra aka almost less than a month into the new Premier League season into a number 1 target when timi anye nya number team a big problem but I think Sporting for and so we play a bigger role in this transfer no going through because in their recent conversation, Sporting director Anima Obiati has said Victor Gyökeres no I can't 3 years I was Sporting. On when fan who say Ombema Natina bench for the next 3 years. Now if you wait me acquire as a free agent.
No, I think that will be extreme. That will be extreme. Like you see, those clubs, you know, right? They rely on because it is not easy to compete and at the same time get players to get quality players to sell.
Yeah,
we've seen Benfica, Porto, and almost our strength, you know, in that regard. Yes. Sporting, the last player on Motono was Bruno Fernandes. And WC on a high profile player on Motono.
No, but
what I say. So all these years, this is the time I want to me talent. So yes, in as much as you want to get a lot, you want to maximize a player no market value, no. You cannot say say over to the extent say teams will pull out, and at the end of the day, you let the players sit on the bench for 3 years. That will not be a wise business decision. It will not happen.
Because
it will not happen.
Jokeres ama as someone say yes ifem because unim said this season apart from this Arsenal conversation, they would have gotten one of the best with the bidding war for this player because last season obi enu ho share goals saying in Europe. Ebano the conversion rate he's one of the best. In TNA, the likes of Chelsea, we Liverpool mu share strikers, they will all come in and try to have a conversation. And I lad, some better idea striker. Or mu some needs like bet me in common. And then come bet me room aquacofa. But the player coming out and making it we say Arsenal project in a major, See, we pull other competitors off, and now they need to battle with ideas Arsenal. The band any sporting for share. So many Arsenal be a correct negotiation. A player and bet me move to dream club or person or Bona Nyamako. But I think on the other side, there's Arsenal for us to me share no mutimi to Nyama. Those are sporting and said this Portuguese no, especially when you are more negotiations or more hard you who Egbali money Benfica mo ewo if anything Rui Costa mo on we Enzo Fernandez. Interne so unhia player na unim quality or the baba. You just need to accept omo offer. Nendie si scan na be mo bebre. No wetimi nya a bigger payment planner. E betimi aboa tese na Chelsea under Enzo Fernandez and bibia etimi ko ye ewo.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
At least to moment chia atifo na mensa mobi akwaba. I think say transfer window no some of the teams, especially Omokobo, the FIFA Club World Cup, I think say some of them did their transfer very early and they opened them. And but right now, baby, I could say this 100 million, 80 million. Okay. The clubs, I could say, me no na yeton ade o baby baako. Na money man na beto empower bi wo ho. But me say me de na ye wo me ho no. It's either say the same quality. And I say me de nimpo e papa say wo de no. Na mahu say Kwadubaro and money man beto sampabo no 500 cedis. There's nowhere any other person but me also beto same pabo and I say something which is in even more quality than the auto na me Matthias say me the man of cheap price. Nti no ahwa used to are they sporting for any Arsenal for Arsenal for the account. And there's been reports that sporting for now offer Branton to United. Issue ni and say they've agreed once the catch us sporting for they are very stubborn, especially when they are selling their player. Mm-hmm. If they say they want 70 plus these add-ons, 1 year on between. And one thing I like about Sporting is that they make player transfer so transparent. Into be when Bruno Fernandes bad man, the last time we were explaining it, they brought a communique in Portuguese. Bruno Fernandes are joining United on this amount of fee. So with this add-ons. Now are they Sporting for almost to me the guarantees for Arsenal to pay the add-ons.
So now add-ons one and I drew.
Oma agrees, Canada Oma agree, but they are just contemplating on the installments. Are there a issue no? Installments. Any the guarantees of paying the add-ons. When him say Timbo play because join it, I say say player never know about 30 plus games EBC. Yaji Premier League and yaji Champions League yaji say. And as Arsenal for no, and as Sporting for no, I don't know, but they believe that Arsenal don't mean the trophy beer, and they believe that the guarantees in paying the add-ons no, it is not easy to and achievable, sir. So Sporting for the answer. Now you agree on the money. Let's agree on the terms and installments. Arsenal wants to pay the money in 4 installments, but Sporting for we want 2 years. So there's a deliberate attempt for Sporting say they. You for say United for Nimbra. No more say Goldcrest are available. If you can pay 60 plus this amount of money, we are going to give the boy to you. The attempt at omodi pressure Emma Arsenal for and you say they are doing they don't want to sell the boy. And they ask now. Maybe catch you say one sporting for Babe resume training and the preseason training, it was obvious the boy didn't even play for the Sweden national team. But the Omka say am I extending a break, because of Omom Kobo that national team. But that game he didn't play some. And they know that the boy Amamaya aware say if they don't sell him, he's not coming to train. And at least too, if you check out Arsenal team now, I think say Mikel Arteta, especially after this season, if he fails to win a silverware, it means that baby Washington team they have to give the team to somebody who has that charisma, who be all that energy and experience, to drive these players towards a trophy. Because Mikel Arteta, listo, obi obeka so onye adwuma bia no boy. For the past 6 years, from where Arsenal team obe started rebuilding with virtually young players, and currently Arsenal for season out, it just took the experience and the class of Pep Guardiola's Manchester City to avoid them from winning 2 Premier League titles. And last year, they just ended league. Liverpool for take you on by surprise. Now check it Arsenal, a more transfer my now. And Aqua say of late, a lot of the teams they are also learning. Currently, most of the teams are using data. And when Roman Abramovich or Michael Edwards Monet, Marina Garnoska Mohon, even if we were Jose Mourinho, we are Ancelotti, we are Thomas Tuchel now bar, they are players, the club president, the sporting director, they would buy, whether you like it or not. And they believe that you as a coach, try as much as possible to integrate this player in the team. So when Fernando Torres, Peter Checo born a Kelly, it wasn't Chelsea coach in the request, but Roman Abramovich fell in love with the player and you went to buy the player. International coach, this is a very good player, integrate him to the team. Now, if you look at Barcelona setup, they have their philosophy, they have their plan, how team from La Masia to the senior team. So there are players, Barcelona for no, whether Hansi Flick you request for that player or you don't, they have a sporting director through. They are in charge of anything. You, the coach, we are going to help you. Your plan ye. When Thomas Todd Boyle Mobile and Tuchel more, it wasn't say they didn't believe in Tuchel, but they believed that they needed someone who will buy into the ideas. That is, we are buying young players. If we a coach now, you're ready-made coach. Now we team by improve my idea, then we cannot work with you. So there's a reason why they went to Omania coach be we are see other than Obiti say Graham Potter. And at that time, they had done presentations, meetings upon meetings with Luis Enrique, who was willing to come in. But then Luis Enrique requested for some players to come in, and they believe that we are not Yindrusa. We want to build the team from scratch. Yakwako send a coach over. Yasanso for a new sporting director, new scouting recruitment team Moba. You have 2 players, then let's groom these players. You be a business and we also thrive as a football club. So whatever Mikel Arteta list obey no, obey ni into Asia or also pay Kai have it 60 million. Some of the Arsenal fans and people they knew that maybe it didn't make sense, but then no matter of Oma Fanaba, and they also pay Timber or pay weight near Kokofana de Naba. And Aqua said there's been consistency in Arsenal team, in terms of performance. But then I can say they were lacking 1 or 2 things, and this season they've been able to make sure say that gaps na will or make me affiliate that gaps. Now, me who say Mosquera video by now, I think he's also joining Arsenal team. Is it there in Japan? Either Japan or Singapore Mobako. He's going to join the team. Now, check Arsenal team. Now, every department they have 2 players. So the Togwekra is there on the list. They are comfortable. They knows that Sports Info are trying to prove someone just can't outright. But then I think that the Sports Info just wants to try and get whatever they want, because the boy I'm making the move say he's not reporting. Amana obviously only, and they also wants to get whatever they want, because if all the Gokra is ever team, they know that the add-ons is not achievable. They will not accept. If it's not achievable, they are not going to accept. So the reason Adi Amani Mani United and Sporting deliberate attempt of linking the boy to United in just a shortest possible time. How they want to accelerate things, because they will need the money to do reinforcement. And in fact, listen to Sporting team Nankasano, they have a defender. Uko Portuguese national team now. Only Ruben Dias and about centre backs. Their friend Inacio. He is a centre backer. Ruben Amorim. And Deneba on board. And I know Obabe, one of the best centre backs in the Portuguese league and also in the Portugal national team. And he's one of the players. He's been linked with Manchester United. So Sporting for no, in fact, this season they will be losing a lot of players, and they are rivals. Benfica and Porto making some crucial signings. Now, listen. The last time Becca said United for no, they've been able to secure a players or more data at home, and I think that this time round United team no, they didn't just buy any player, because this too, Senka o check how Omokoto Anthony now. Although Anthony was promising at Ajax, the numbers no were no good, but they did some projections. Say this is Anthony at Ajax. He's skillful or that pace, and there's this myth that Brazilian players tend to do well in the Premier League. Now Anthony Bayern, the club system and the culture no unfavor boy, so he couldn't thrive. Now they are making everything possible, say, for United to attract these commercial deals, for United to be at the top level there. Their main priority is to be in the top 4. And if person can top 4, they have to get the players who can play better in the Premier League. So there's a deliberate attempt at United for Kunha and Nimbo Modiba team. And these players were arguably one of the best attackers, especially in the Premier League last season and the year. And Becho said United team list over last season, they created a lot of chances. Open teams created big chances. United was sit. But then if you compare the number of chances they created and the number of chances that they were able to convert, so now they've brought in Brandon Mbuemo, who is a goal scoring winger. Oh, bet me a compete. Oh, bet me a Man United for or more how ni be now so eto akodwa. Now they have a player, Victor Goycrest. Kunga from Wolves. Also, Eba and Border. He's also bringing creativity and also goal scoring. So if these players, if they come, now how they perform, especially at Wolves and Brentford at their respective clubs, or no the previous seasons. If Mbuemo is even 8 years ready to be replicated 80% of whatever he did at Brentford last season, and Brandon Mbuemo is ready to replicate whatever he did at Wolves last season, United how no 70% or 60% to be trapped, because these players, United, apart from say last season, defensively no more leaking. They were not able to convert their chances. And if you look at the percentage wise, the number of goals they conceded and the number of goals went in the United League, no more negative. Their goal defense, they were negative. So it means that in as much as they were not scoring, they were also conceding goals. But now the ratio is, if they tend to be scoring more goals, and I say if they tend to be converting the chances to team criteria, and a City, they concede a lot of goals. But the thing is, they also score a lot of goals. So at the end of the season, the goal difference is high because he scored twice as much as they concede. So whether Onana will still be imposed or any other goalkeeper, still they are still going to do their best and still score the goals and still be at the top level. Obi to say Arsenal, say only you won't even get time to score him. But I don't know, creative chances now, no and he will give you that space to score. And you'll be a free scoring team. Ocean 8. He will score you 12. At the end of the day, Obajin a 3 points, Obina a +2 goals. So if they are going to get +2, +2, +1 for the match day 38 now, it means that Obina times 60 or times the 38 now matches now Oboy in the Premier League. And I think that Listo, United team no. I think say Omar Barreda and Will Cosmo. Near Mabo so, but they are doing well. And they Sancho ne Juventus there no. BBA Oma finalize BBA. They are just working on the Sancho ne team no or more personal terms. I mean scanner on person wants to too much and the boy and so has to be brave. Now Rashford finally occur Barcelona. United former Barca for your say they are not going to pay any even a peso of the wages are Brand Energy.
Okay, so the current news is Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal. Here you go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties involved. Sporting accepting the last bid from Arsenal for 63.5 million euros plus 10 million add-ons. Agent will reduce his commission. Gyökeres will sign 5-year deal. Yes, it is Arsenal. They've gotten their man.
It is our agents the commission share into more of the transfer way. Sending Sporting for betting.
So who brokered this deal? Is it the same?
The same agent, no.
Ali Barak.
No. Gyökeres agent.
Oh, okay. So
they want the boy to move. So the agent fee no it will go because they are looking at touching.
Agent fee they saying.
Agent fee do.
So to be the 10% of.
No, the 10% of the transfer fee. No, it won't say we. No, the transfer fee is now at 63. Until anyone said the agent fee no getting to almost 3 million. I can't Sporting for the based on senior player and bet me moving. It's add-ons. And I think about more of achievable add-ons.
So the
previous one I asked for
presenting. Sporting for they were doing say that installment now for someone that installment in 4 years. They guaranteed say in appearances they should do it 2.5 million per appearance.
Yes.
For 2 years. They didn't no more person in that 4 years. They needed 2.5 million.
Okay.
Say about upfront. But also because Arsenal for their account, they know that they mind games now. Sporting for any moody.
But last show, Sporting got what they want.
Yes,
that is the most important thing.
They want to get what they want.
Okay, and they've gotten it.
I know I relax because when him say quite be the player also wants.
I'm not sure Arsenal will relax.
Oh, there be.
They still wanted to because they have a budget. On players what I said, so they didn't want to go, and now it had to take the agent to give away and answer some of the way near there. So that is Arsenal almost striker. Gyökeres is one of the prolific strikers in Europe, and I think say media nebo now born in there. Our opportunity to change my game. Yes, Macheno, especially against low block teams. Macheno, but in terms of ball striking, so now so shower or show pa any other. So let's see. He has the opportunity to improve. On using insa or new strikers no any. On using insa na with the back to go no so no issue. Nani T scoring with the head no so another problem. Until you will see what he will bring on board.
Yeah. So from there, I think say United team is to making 71 million pounds in total on Brian Mbeumo and 62 or 65, 60 plus for Kunha. Let's show how deliberate they are. Said this is they want to do well, and I think say United needs a DM. And if there's any DM, I think that Ruben Amorim, he also wants the DM who can win balls and also play. Because I don't know, Medican can say, oh boy, 3-back system. But the 3-back system is different from Antonio Conte. His is more like the Thomas Tuchel, Bebo Chelsea. They press. And almost also the Ebo Frechi. Now he believes that Kobe Menu ain't me alone, ain't me engage man. And I think the Kobe Menu the injuries recently he's been getting. Yeah. Now Manolo Gatti, he can do the work, but Obi about diagonal possible control game. He's not going to get that from Manolo Gatti. And now I think say they should go in for Diego Costa, Porto goalkeeper. Because Emi Martinez
for DM man.
No, may come about the goalkeeping. So from goalkeeping, DM and a striker. I think that they should make 3 or 4 additions.
It cost 70.
And I mean, you should buy. I used Casana Liverpool for the to Alisson Becker 4 seasons ago.
Club here now because we need scale.
I'm not. I say United needs cow. They
can't spend.
They have to clear their books. And they Liverpool scale spending or spending. It means that they've been last 3 seasons. I won't share spending here. And even now that amortization, you can still sign goalkeeper. The thing is, you have to sell some of your goalkeepers. Onana currently. Oh, any sir, Scar Onana Aji, any Scar local fund, any so more than tonight. If Diego Costa is coming, you have to let Onana go. Saudi teams know, baby never be fan. And now they are still trying to clear their books. Maybe I believe that they have to get a goalkeeper. Now it looks like Aston Villa for no. They do not want to sell Emi Martinez, and they would Emi Martinez age. You know, United don't want to pay more than 25 million for him because they believe that when and they are not ready to, I mean, pay more than what team in so airpay. So me, I was trying to say they should go in for Diego Costa. On here, Portugal #1.
Yeah, Diogo.
Yeah, Diogo Costa.
Yeah.
In penalties, saves, playing from the back, he can help them.
That is Man United.
Man United.
Baby, they were linked to him. I don't know
Yes.
where all of a sudden no movie from or no. I think it's the World Cup performance, no, and then more movie from Costa to Onana, which I think a big problem because that time you.
So Onana there obviously not a ono on signing because of Ten Hag. Onana ye Juma paying and now playing from the back, you know. So they toss
so yeah, quality, especially from the back.
And now to check here, Onana and Wasansu Press with the preseason, you know, he's not available.
Yeah.
And I think that if United need a goalkeeper, DM list, me I would suggest they go in for Baleba. It will be very difficult to get him. They would have to break the bank. Bebeding. Go Baleba no. In the first season here, Omoto Kaisedo no. And I'm confirm Baleba buy from Rene. 23.3 million pounds. And Brighton for the try. It won't come cheap. But if they have him, they will settle for the next 8 to 10 years. That was idea because boy, no, very good. Obebo Premier League in 1 season. A man for class 30, a year 30 at the air banner. The left back row they have a but I think that they should try. Now they are working on 3 strikers at the moment, 4 strikers. Benjamin Sesko, Nicholas Jackson, Oily Watkins, and Moise Kean. Looking at these players, if they get any of these players, 2 players already on signing now, is going to help them. All these players are players who can play as that first number 9. They can drop deep. They are good on the ball. They can score up. And I would suggest that Kawunko for Benjamin Sesko.
Man United.
Yes, they should. But
100 million.
But that people are buying.
Nicholas Jackson is winning them 100 million.
And Chelsea vs no more can
So
because
yes 79 there Ese Jackson is
and they believe that
Ometimako Aston Villa kofa Watkins.
Yes, but Watkins they're also looking at the age.
Yes, because already 29.
Oh really?
Yeah.
28.
They're also looking at the age, and of late Watkins is so April. So me, I would suggest that they should go in for Benjamin Sesko, a player, or academy boy. He's known to that patience attacking football now, and I think say away to me abo. But United, there, we shouldn't write them off. If they make the right signings, now Ruben Amorim players, I say how because last season, I say no more how but they were not able to capitalize on their weakness. Team be on the weakness. PSG team in the crowd. Enzo Maresca found their weakness.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, if team before find weakness, the end say they are strength. You have to prove it, especially against PSG like this. Chelsea who are more weakness. Now I'm more fumble. But yes, though they had decent chances, and on that very good day, Sir Sanchez didn't be man. So I desire do a ball. No sense cash. Diego Costa, is it striker? Costa, Ramos. Ball never run it. Someone moves our ball. Ball never run it more.
Now, Quackbon.
And other than that, you body free. So they were unlucky. But with this United team, this too. Coach, right now, was solving 60 to 70% of United problems are on Ruben Amorim facing last season. They were not scoring. Zegzine, Rasmus Højlund, no more than striker right backs. They are strikers, but they are defending. And now, if Mbeumo 8 makers of United, even 12 goals out of the goals, no share 20 goals or share for Brentford, and can even provide 5 to 10 assists, same as Machos Kunha. And the defenders now attack the right and half spaces channels on the way. If they also are mad, Bruno Fernandes, whenever they arrive in the box, now born beto in front of the box, he can score from anywhere. And I think say it will help United. Now, listen to Madrid team no. And they Jude Bellingham akwakoye any surgery. So he will return in October. So he started season in August. He won't be playing for the next 2 months. Now, Obi to say Hendrick like this. Last game on boy on your hamstring, and the coach wants to play him. He believes that Hendrick, and so athletic to say Raul Garcia, if a mobile Hendrick, he can press, Obi to me who don't play, he can shoot, and also hamstring, and they overcome Hendrick worry and shed and chair, and honeymoon says here, Japan, and the personal trainer who is closer to Madrid team, they've sent him say uncle say Accra no honeymoon. In as much as Accra need no honeymoon in no Obuano ama ne ho ato because they want him honeymoon. Oh sir, obi the honeymoon personal trainer o the training ko hanisa masa. So the thing is the boy will join them. The personal trainer will join Hendrick. Now Madrid for no I'm going to report about say some of the players are surplus to requirements, especially attackers. And I hear clear say they do not want to maintain Rodrigo if Rodrigo is not going to get playing time, and they want to cash him.
Okay.
Someone cash in on Rodrigo. Scanner Rodrigo, if more clears our books in the crana, it also going to help them. Now, if you look at a year, Obiti say Brahim Diaz, it's likely if Omunya offer be very good, they will let him go. Don't be surprised if Madrid for an area transfer market anymore. Now, with Madrid team in Listo, if you look at Madrid, almost squad now, I don't think that I'm perform club baby sir. And even in the FIFA Club World Cup, there are games on board here. You better not have a analysis who say whatever they are doing under Alonso, if they are able to do it and do it better, they can reach to the highest level. And Alonso beat him to compete. As usual, always in the La Liga, they are competitors in the La Liga. Now, listen. So we share Madrid team now, and I'll show more current squad this year. They have 2 goalkeepers, Thibaut Courtois and Andre Lunin. And the Lunin no see a person on free team. And the agent and the managers believe say when Courtois play Lunin, the Belgian team is in now so more than them call Champions League final. Courtois won't turn by. They drop the guy, and I say Lunin no, they don't appreciate the talent no. And Madrid hierarchy in mind say once Thibaut Courtois is there, so Courtois will say them they are not going to give Lunin chance. And they believe that when Peter Cech was at Chelsea, and now Courtois won a prime, they dropped Cech. And it's not Cech as well, but they believe that a Courtois time ni rain man so on to aso. So Lunin, he wants to move. Now listen, they've brought in a right winger and a left winger. Last season, Madrid were lacking a left back and a right back, especially right back on na Cavaya Opera. So always is either Vasquez and I say Obiti say Fede Valverde and I'm able to. On the left side, Mendy, no Prepra. Frank Garcia, so he wasn't up there. That coach didn't believe in Frank Garcia. So there are several times Carlo Ancelotti played Camavinga as a left back. Now in terms of our midfield, so the Tromeni air to wa Oba Madrid onya reach that potential no one. Eduardo Camavinga, one of the best midfielders at that time. Oh Rene, I remember in the Champions League, Madrid for the Kofano, they have Dani Ceballos, who hasn't been lucky because Ceballos born and not born, only born but then well a timer they had Toni Kroos and they had Obiti Luka Modric. even when they brought him to Arsenal, how they performing. Yes, still the player almost also afraid about back. He couldn't get that playing time. So you look at Madrid team at least too. Me team Nidia, I think say they are almost that's what squad. But one used to. There is a reason why at the Inter Miami collectively we share games no more boy in the FIFA Club World Cup. Their last game against PSG was quite different from our team no no more. And our games on boy against Al Hilal the group stage on by and more money man more Raul Garcia. Everybody was complimenting Madrid in how they were attacking when they are in transition, especially so about 2 center backs game boy the Chomeni edge now then Arnold mo any Frank Garcia will go now. They have Carreras who some Madrid bonus any man about that right wing left wing back no anymore. He can cause havoc with my eye crossing here. But the thing is, Madrid team that's at least midfield no. I think that they have to get midfielders. In fact, Chouameni some man about 6 anymore. No, you're consistent. I mean that guy, a whole Monaco, no, or Barca or Bar Madrid, no. He playing time na because at that time when he came, Toni Kroos and Modric were there. Say I'm born on about either Ana Camavinga. So what you say? Now, so we check it a year Madrid team now. Issue ni na kwa the number 10 any up front. The players are indisciplined, tactically indisciplined. That is the word. They are tactically indisciplined. You look at how they played against Team and Real Madrid, PSG. Even if baby Vinicius Buffon obetu me kakra kono omuni free president, the distance between Madrid attackers and the midfield no, there were so much spaces, and that space no, and omodi ma Barca last season Barca more goals. So tactically, they have the big names. But the big names in say they have to be able to say coach now have to be able to say and they or make a statement in the FIFA Club World Cup that one Mbappe onya ne Enos na ho ntono no even when he came the first I think game back off the bench by the boy Mbappe wanted to start but he didn't start him. But then they say what Luis Enrique did Mbappe need there. The reason why sometimes who bench you call your coach or say he will score the goals for you, but tactically he's going to affect the team. Our PSG, make sure say Kylian Mbappe best ever season for PSG was the last season when Luis Enrique was there in terms of goals and assists. In no check here, Mbappe when he's leading the lights, he can get the goals. But that video never out. Luis Enrique didn't go to cinema. Etu no fuka and say if he wants to lead the team, he should lead with the press and it's going to help the team. But yesterday he was scoring the goals. But when Mbappe free PSG team, no, you know the difference between Kylian Mbappe and Dembele. Dembele was leading by example. He was helping the team because Pep Guardiola said defending. If you want to defend very well, you have to stack. Also starting from attack, and Dembele was doing that, but Kylian Mbappe was not doing that. So PSG bebo game now I share 3. But then you open the time about it 3-3. But then when your individual goals because of maybe person Ballon d'Or. And currently in this Madrid team, there are 3 players who are obsessed with the Ballon d'Or. 1, Kylian Mbappe. Number 2, Vinicius Junior body. Young man Ballon d'Or now. You come out Rodrigo no. But here post there times 10. And now times 10 so. If I'm playing me a Vinicius, you know, Mbappe, I want to win the Ballon d'Or. You also want to win the Ballon d'Or. Ebedu baby no. So be kai when Mane and Salah. No me never go okay no. Na yes keke. They were all 22 goals. If Salah share one goal, Waji go king. Mane say Waji go king. Selfish pa. But these players when they omo buy no. Ukas we nya because Vinicius Junior any player selfish. No nya twi no ntimi mba no pass. But now these players, the coach has to be bold. I mean, there's a reason why Mika say I don't see say Alonso intiming Edgeman. I don't see say Alonso intiming Edgeman. So to me, I think say everything is very good, but then with Madrid team, if they are able to make their things right, no multi at least I think say all they have to do is the players should be tactically disciplined, especially more upfront one. Now to another method I'm right inside. Yes, they need midfielders because Kamavinga has him or Prepra. They need a ball controller because Ceballos, they will sell Ceballos, so they will need someone. So if Alonso a board man tactically Vinicius more, it may tactically discipline or attack, I think that is going to help them. So Madrid team, people shouldn't write them off. People shouldn't write them off.
Okay. All right. So yes, that's why Real Madrid were say be call Homano so na fe. Ya akwa kodi nkomo na fe. The obi aye to me e de abrel mo na before then Arsenal how they most they are likeless starting 11 no. One version no more they are to so amame Arsenal for next season signings yes it appears it has been confirmed into the better so am Arsenal lineup for next season, possibly lineup for next season. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Luis Kelly, yes. Into Utimu say yes. Noni Madueke will play at the left side of attack. Saka, Odegaard, and Zubimendi, Declan Rice. Utimu say yes. Squad depth no movie so Kai Havertz and so ho. Kai Havertz so honum. Gabriel Jesus so ya den ho.
In
1 year so honum. Trossard and Martinelli so ho then Merino ya ho. And no so ho mfimfin ho no. Then oba chire ho no ma
Ben White, Ebeba we Masquerera Beba, and now we into Beba Kivio.
Yeah, Kivio so beba.
Caliafro into Beba.
Okay.
We should goalkeeper and so a keeper. So when just now the might be this season,
yeah,
a mobile they good
very,
team like
very
first team B and a second team.
But how to manage the season,
Yes.
Crucial.
I share with especially incomings, no at least double players or more enough quality or every position.
But one thing I'm going to say is Arsenal problem is not about squad depth. It is about how they manage the season. What I say. And managing the season, the fact say only did 3, only did 2. Ubenya confidence say maybe Asaka and if you keep players made them tranchain. Now other players need be any the Mobino. They don't do that.
Say do be also shares a band to squad depth because ABS say Odegaard last season when any good season but none replacement. Why never? We have friends saying
but you see maybe I'm even say most games Arsenal won comfortably. So if you win comfortably, maybe I will say Saka bebo 90 minutes plus 5. Now the woman area there, even or reducing it by 10 minutes, po na ofrim na 1 area there. Eba, much better than say Obama na ball entire 90 minutes, So what I say, also to reducing minutes, especially in games out or this game, done deal any other. So managing the season, very crucial. How how I'll be approach it and I say how I'll be handle cup games, the Champions League games, and the Premier League games. Crucial to where I'll be winning. League now, league now. How you approach these games now very crucial. And you know, if I am ready, I am called. I want so na fe. Na yan shena. Yeah, now and the Champions League game, yeah. Yanko Awamane so na yene Nora ending komo Nora Real Madrid fan. Real Madrid fan kese pa. So yesterday we're having a conversation me allude to the fact say where Real Madrid is no and yeah coach BT say Alonso na also muhiano they need a tough coach who will build their team like Jose Mourinho came in 2010 over build a team no build a solid foundation to the extent say after the departure no coaches like Zidane ebe fire it me winning the Champions League treble and it was down to the solid foundation Jose Mourinho built and in the course of say or build this our foundation you who say certain players are na enka be Real Madrid supporters believe say enka the almost long term future at the club no na long no Mourinho making sure say o take him out of the team somebody like Gonzalo Higuain solid striker at the time Mourinho mane koye Abrante ayefre no Ramos or turning into a center back from a right back then you try baby Pepe try baby ma a young 19-year-old boy Rafael Varane ebe share home the whole lot of noise by but it was the good of the team. Now it appears Real Madrid look very 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 miserable. Nora, if Otis Obi say Real Madrid is in a very bad place as a die-hard fan, how do you take this?
Pachamatemenka.
Yatonka pa.
Okay. Well, no krebu aha but sometimes you have to face the reality. Personally, me nko for we kasa me catch am say Ejmawe Alonso only more than 2 seasons at Madrid.
Okay.
The success na Leverkusen no. Anya very long-term success me who say or what it takes to coach Madrid, especially having class players like Kylian, Jude, Vinicius, or Munyawo Ego. Me who say oni San Marino mo dia eni eden na obetim da coach club no. Sana me who no because you have to control them. When you need to say Marino mo betim bench Ronaldo and fan also bolu to game na. Untimi because as you guys already said, Obi ape Ballon d'Or. The selfishness is very insane because here Salzburg ne Madrid game ni bi was stadium one there are so many chances out to Musa Vinicius with me Imapi, but he wants to be a star player equally as Jude and Kylian. There is so much competition. In as much as some play say, oh yeah, cool issues behind the club no. I give Alonso 2 seasons. They very top, and I feel like club no be miserable next season. More than the who club World Cup no. That's time me for now.
All right, and what do you think has contributed to sa situation? Because you know, Madrid a season before Kylian Mbappe joined the team, no, it was fantastic the way they were operating. And that's that time I think that Jude that joined the team, he was scoring left, right, center, even as a midfielder. They didn't have that out and out striker, and the person who was even there, no, not or a bench player. As time goes on, no more than a Birmingham there. Then I feel the a quality player like Mbappe abe join the team ni moment afi team no. I think say nothing is working.
I think the Kylian there, we have heard so many coaches talked about him comparatively to Dembele. No, I feel like that is the success of PSG. You know, and it's not Omoya successful since Dembele joined the club. It is not about the coach Peo. It's about the ability to come back and defend sometimes. Mbappe is not the player who do that. Even though I give props to Vinicius sometimes, so to me as an man, but Kylian will never be like Maminko defend Omechi. Onye. And Obiape social goal. That is the main problem we are facing right now. Obiape goal king. Obiape so star man of the Madrid team no. Inti me nko echire nko defend na wan na goal no. So it will be a big problem if Alonso I'm bench Vinicius sometimes Neema bi wa ha enyo successful and I'm sure once 2 seasons to cramp on the 1 season because I feel like Kylian is like I have to score the goals. And we have heard so many coaches say that
in your estimation, you think that if Vini rather is put on the bench and Mbappe is given the ultimate responsibility, it will work more than Mbappe being on the bench and Vini starting.
Very successful. Very successful because Vinicius, who said so many times, Madrid fans say hate, he's a very good player, obviously. We can't doubt the MI 2022 Champions League. He was a very good player. Only Benzema pairing, it was so successful. But only killing meaning young players are Obiape Ballon d'Or. Look at how Vinicius acted young for Ballon d'Or, man, Edema Rodri. He's obsessed with this at this point.
Okay.
Okoya won't say, it will never work. That's how I see it. Enye juma. Ebema Alonso juma yeding. Me omumi ne kasi bench banko I'll bench Vinicius.
Oh, okay. So you were talking about a player sacrificing for the team, including the position.
Yeah.
At the end, I say all of you as a Murefi Rodrigo. He's been a player. You barely hear anything from the quarters.
Yeah.
Never complain. Always, anytime be on my money. But it appears that you still want to push him out of the club.
Some Madrid fans are crazy. I'll say that. Rodrigo, the MI is Champions League, no. I don't think some Madrid fans we are able to coming on at the last minute to save us to win the Champions League is insane. But comparatively, Rodrigo nya time now here to prove that he's a way bigger player than we think. Oh yeah, one of the successful players. Like I feel like he can give more to the club than Vinicius at some point. But yeah, once I compare on Saka, Bukayo Saka. And then I said don't compare both of them. Like in side comparisons on Twitter. Me who I'm in because I think Rodrigo is miles clear of Saka. But onya starter my on by starter my who in the potentials. About 2 games, yeah, and one never bench now until forever, but on complaining. But I'm sure say me on no crank I would want to leave the club because I am a very good player. Obviously, my position in Minya. And I be a met na bench. Now my best fans say hate. Say Rodrigo but no be say penalty see akwane comment section na rebel. So I feel like me Madrid fan no for the love for Rodrigo I would want him to leave the club. Uncle baby not quite successful. Send the Odegaard call Arsenal la or quite successful. Listening na me I say Odegaard. Call Arsenal. Man want to mean na bench obviously now so many good players I want to mean to Obia. So Rodrigo forever I think that he will be one of the players that we will really love but it's not club always seeing potential or better na bench and me share Zabi Alonso Rodrigo and kind of plans so me share club work up now there's no way saying Rodrigo kind of plans so for next season team I'll try so bad then Rodrigo kind of plans so or buying a bench player so me I feel like he should go even though he's a good player for us or boy crucial times you can count on him no or we're still in potential on quite different club and I think Arsenal will be a good club for him and I'll Liverpool a good option I won't hit it.
All right. So in your estimation, season never started. It appears you might not sign any player. Do you think that you have a chance against more bitterest rival, Barcelona, and almost the right, and as I said, the left winger, here, yes, they wanted Nico. Nico couldn't come. Now they've gotten an experienced player in Rashford. Do you think you stand a chance? And even looking at what Atletico Madrid is also doing.
Yeah. Honestly, because having Rashford, the front is very scary because I'm more forward. No, let's talk about Lewandowski. When you need, but a very experienced player. In his days, he's a very exceptional player. You have Rafinha, you have Lamine Yamal. Obviously, they have Rashford. Me who know Mokanta is so insane. Your defense, no. Then I am forced to think about Trent Alexander and because obviously, or a natural. But the defending, no, is questionable sometimes. So I really pray, say about my defensive midfielder be either Chouameni or Valverde. I really wish say coach name master place me no mbon fifi hono ma. Ye benya mo betima boa anodo chesa goals in there 10-14. Ya because amu kanta ne be insane and ye fifi hono crash still me sure say you okay but it's not questionable as compared to our back. I feel like Rudiger now in house now. Comparing both center backs now, we are fine. I mean, still left back and right backs. Either even so, I know there any better players are, but yeah, natural right back. So nya Valverde na or Buana and actually na Buana. I think we will be fine. But Alonso who the stand now we who the oil we nim honoma. I feel like Ombaje La Liga na san share to say the Mugi and Masi last season doing all the El Clasicos. Ombaje so many times. And there's no doubt about that. I think you have to be honest.
Okay.
The
So,
Alonso
so
yeah.
meeting them will be only 6 points. And it is possible that they might lose points somewhere. Do you think, sir,
Yeah.
you still have a chance? Though, yeah, will be all right to team off. As a Madridista, you think, sir, okay, I hear for putting, I will believe somebody finish it. At the end of the season, you'll have starting. Where in May, where do you think your team will finish?
Well, if as Alonso gets his things together, me pese about three back, me pese obesa line na ball Leverkusen because I'm far for Madrid. I mean, Club World Cup, and I saw some things, and it was very questionable. And I'm hoping, say, okay, at start of the season, or in the trials with the club and see ABR beginning of the season, no be home. Raul Asensio is a very liability. I wish he benched him forever. Now, per Den Hausen, any Rudiger with Honum, Obo Arnold, Waham say, Obo Frank Garcia. Frank Garcia last season, but this season, during the Club World Cup, he proved to be a very good player. Now, in Fino, any one a problem. But I don't know. I am hoping that he will come up with something. Adagula was very exceptional during the Club World Cup. Inti otimina the formation, yeah. Me anya mwa sebe de La Liga no. My club there, I know say a miracle club, so
Okay.
anya mwa sebe de La Liga no.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you are going to rely on miracles. So,
I'm relying on miracles and the coach. Yeah.
The miracle working God in the say Madrid beat me
yeah.
The trophy near there.
Oh, I Chelsea there. Oh, already.
All right. Nora, I better also say what the input the aba show ne so nyame aduma with show with the guswa to aswa to say season be start here to say season be wie no. As time from time to time you be was so na ya beje wadwentre the afa the games and I decided to let us discuss with team Real Madrid because it is important say Real Madrid be jina naso. Yes,
yeah,
it is important say Real Madrid be jina naso because they bring something different to the conversation
to the game.
Football.
Yeah.
And you know, nyame adoma da foforo no so ye beba na afi ye din come no dey be general. We will go to other clubs and your perspective. You better was so join here.
Me that's be bring so.
All right. So Real Madrid fan supporter kese pa na ye ne din come no. Enti eno. Enti ene be bia adu ne de bet. Bet. And then make a crapper. How many matches? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches. And I'm the guso. The guso 200 cities per a body with beer. In team, I'm a boss on Famamo. Restart Belgrade, Champions League. Krevna Zevda. Almost yes, from Restart Belgrade. Almost quite we only Lincoln Red Ives. Ene bobo sa team we yi bobo ho no ma abedi ba no Rahima you or da so bobo mam remfi Rahima yi ni team no me ko first half 0.5 odd na 1.24 ena Dynamo Kiev ene Hamuran Spartans FC me koma Dynamo Kiev early payout then Copenhagen go home one KF Drita hono na Salif Ibrahim Di Maria hono usina kan in Estonia, right? No, in Estonia. I'll find out. And Latvia. Yeah, KF Drita. Copenhagen half-time win. Me call Copenhagen half-time win. And Tetovo any football club Stuart Bucharest. Me call Stuart Bucharest away go. And KKS Lech Poznan Obo home one eye Iceland team I from Copa Vugo enable meko eye early payout edema Lech Poznan and afi Karabakh kwa we one eye Sherborne FC Karabakh away win or draw enti fakakra gu echire na afi bibia so ne den enko eye.
All right. My selection for the day, Champions League games because when Lincoln Reds and Krevna vex that game, no, over 2.5 goals in that game. FC no, Chelsea and for 4 no, and Ferencvaros over 1.5 goals in that game. Copenhagen any KF Drita game no, a straight win for FC Copenhagen. Rigas Latvia, Omani Mamo FF. About that game over 1.5 goals in that game. Sounds an idea. Hamran Spartans any Dynamo Kiev bebo a straight win for Dynamo Kiev. Victoria Pleasant any Chelsea number 4 back Sevets FC and so a straight win for Victoria Pleasant. Timandi Skindija any Steaua Bucharesti and so bebo so a double chance for football club Steaua Bucharesti. Slovan Bratislava. Anytime and then Zrinski Mostar and also a straight win for Slovan Bratislava. Rangers and Panathinaikos Athens a straight win for Rangers. Yes, code no YMDY.
All right.
It means so 5 odds are the march for any Dynamo Kiev any Spartan FC. Me call Dynamo Kiev away win. Victoria Pleasant any Severity. Victoria Pleasant win or draw and Malmo any Rigas Malmo win or draw and Rangers any Panathinaikos Rangers straight win. Code no WMDY MYBET.AFRICA.
All right. Iti ahani edition ni besi. Yes, ahani edition ni besi. Nyame adom na adom ya otena so yebeba. Na de akechire ni nyina no ye de abremu. Oti obi anka. Yes, also any kojo virus ohwema any phone ni bibia kokoye pa to say baby girl internet na fine na network na kama pa ntino ye be hwe na afi bibia tumi akoye ehonum nyame adom ochen be sawa ya